Today in Module 6, Lesson 3, you will learn how to create a dot plot. I am outgrading the New York State Math Assessments, so hopefully you and your partner are listening to this on your Chromebook. What I would like you to do first is pause the video. I would like you to read Classwork Example 1, Hours of Sleep. I'd like you to read all the way to the bottom of the page, which asks you to create a dot plot. I'm going to ask you to do this on your own and then hit play, take any notes that I record, and then check your dot plot with mine. The most important thing from what you read, if you hit play now, is how they started the dot plot. Okay? They started their dot plot by looking at their set of data and finding the lowest and the highest data set. Okay? From here, they started their number line. They went 5 to 12, and that's a very small range. It's a range of 7, so they decided to count by ones. Don't forget that they also put a title. So, if you scroll down, you will see what the correct answer should be for your dot plot. Count and make sure that you have the appropriate number of dots in each of the columns as you and your partner are working. You may hit pause to do this. When you're finished checking your work, I would like you to flip over and answer exercises 1 through 9, okay? And you can pause the video, try to do all of the questions on your own, and then hit play to check for the answers. To go over the answers with you, I'm actually going to keep this dot plot up and just go over the answers, so you can check your answers on the back. Number 1 was to make a dot plot. We already did that. Number 2 asked us for the least and most hours of sleep reported in the survey. So, for number 2, the answer should be the least hour of sleep was 5 and the most hour of sleep was 12. For question 3, what is the most common number of hours of sleep? That is the number with the highest number of dots, and that is going to be 9 hours of sleep, is the most that the 6th grade students get. Question number 4, how many hours of sleep describes the center? I'm going to tell you how I do it. I count in, okay, there's 5 here, so I'll count in 5 here. I'll count in 2 here, 2 here. If you were going to count in, I believe there's 7 here, your middle would be right around here. For question 4, I would accept 8, I'd accept 8.5, and I would also accept 9 for a center of data. Question 5, think about how many hours of sleep you usually get on a school night. Hopefully you and your partner will talk about how this compares to the dot plot presented. For question 6, they gave you a new set of data that required you, it's when they don't have school the next day, and question 6 was requiring you to make a dot plot. Please check your answer with the dot plot that I've provided below. To make my dot plot for number 6, I started with the lowest piece of data, then went to the highest piece of data and counted by ones. I plotted all of the data pieces, and I remembered to make a title in my graph. Please don't forget to title the graph. It's the only way that people reading it can understand your research or what you're talking or what you're presenting. To answer the questions based on this, number 7, how many hours of sleep with no school the next day describe the center of the data? Okay, and again, I do that by, okay, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to count in 7 from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll count in 2 from here, 2 from here. And there's 5 here, 5 here. I'm going to say for number 7, I would take 10, I would take 10.5, and I would also take 11 as appropriate measures of center. Question 8, what are the least and most hours of sleep with no school? Okay, the least is going to be 5, the most is going to be 13, and you and your partner, I hope, can discuss question 9 together and see what conclusions you come to. If you scroll to the next page switches from dot plots to building and interpreting a frequency table. With your partner, I would love you to read the front of the page and to complete a frequency table and on your own. Hit pause on your video. See if you guys can do this without me. When you're done creating your frequency table, hit play and see how well you did. If you completed your frequency table correctly, these are the tally marks that you should have in the matching numbers that represent the frequency. So double check your work. See how you did. Pause it if you found any mistakes, okay? What I would like you to do now is flip the page, okay? Question number 10 asks you to make a frequency table, and we already did that, so that we're going to skip 10. And we're actually going to skip number 11 too, because it asks us just to put frequencies to our tallies. So now we're going to work together as a group to do 12 through 15. Okay, 12 asks you to make a dot plot of the number of hours playing a sport or playing outdoors based on the frequency table you just made. Again, pause the video, see if you can do this on your own, and when you think you and your partner have done a good job on your dot plot, hit play and check your work. This is what your dot plot should look like. Please check to make sure that you have the appropriate dots. Also, did you put a title? Number of hours playing a sport / game. Now let's answer some questions based on this dot plot. What number of hours describes the center of the data? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would say for number 13, I would take 2, 2.5, or 3. How many 6th graders reported that they spent 8 or more hours a week? So you have to include 8. That would be 2. And 15, the 6th graders wanted to answer the question, how many hours do 6th graders spend per week playing a sport or playing an outdoor game? Using the frequency table in the dot plot, how would you answer the 6th graders' questions? I'll let you work with your partner to do that next section. What I would like you and your partner to complete now is just several EduCanon questions. Okay? You know what? Yes, several EduCanon questions just based on the lesson that we did today. And then you can work on your, you are allowed to work on your graph from the survey questions around the room. Thank you for watching and have a great day.